Okay, happy Friday, everybody. It's almost 3 o'clock. This is so late, and this is so bad. I've had nothing but water and coffee. I can't even explain. It was just a chaotic morning, and then I had to rush and do things here, and I didn't bring any food with me, and I'm still in project mode, and I've got to get out of here because I'm going out of town for a girls' weekend, leaving in about an hour, which means that it's going to be a whole weekend of me just taking pictures of things and trying to sneak these videos. So that's always fun and awkward. But that's all I can say. As far as yesterday, I was just talking that morning about, finding balance and just living your life and eating food that makes you feel good and stuff along with stuff you wanted. Now, I wasn't hungry when I went to lunch, and that's okay. Sometimes you're gonna have to be in situations where you're gonna eat when you're not fully hungry because you might not eat later, or like I did, I just didn't plan it very well, and so I had breakfast and lunch too close together. But instead of doing that and then going crazy, that's just everything I know not to do, as soon as I brought my lunch and I brought my soup and everything, and I'd forgotten that I was going to meet my friend. So I was hungry, so I ate all my food before I met her. So then by the time I went to meet her, I was not hungry anymore, not really hungry, because it'd only been a couple hours and I'd already eaten quite a bit of food. So instead of ordering my sandwich, which pastrami on rye, I love it, but why that? First of all, that's the worst thing I probably could have gotten on the menu, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I didn't have to eat the whole thing. I could have brought it home with me and eaten it later. And then to follow it up by, going and getting a chocolate bar and a pack of butterscotch peanut butter cups to just make the bad situation worse. It's just everything that I know not to do. It's that whole what the hell effect that I told you that they've coined in psychology of and it applies for anything, gambling, sex addiction, anything where you think that you've behaved badly, or you think that you've not done what you're supposed to do, so you're just what the hell, let me just ruin the rest of my day. Let me just ruin the rest of my day eating because I ate a pastrami sandwich on rye. Oh, it's the end of the world. Whereas if I had even if I'd eaten the entire sandwich and I had stopped and then I had had a light dinner, I would have been fine. But I had to go, and then I had to destroy and I had to keep destroying, and the grand finale of eating almost half a pint of ice cream by myself. So I was just talking about the balance, and it's funny how every time I do these thoughts of the day, I follow it up by showing you exactly what I'm talking about, but not in the good kind of way, this is what I was talking about in a bad example. So once again, I'm going to try to just move on from this. Obviously, I'm eating really light today so far because I haven't eaten. I don't recommend that, but my gosh, it happens sometimes where stuff gets away from you, and then, believe me, I will make up for it. I am going to go home and pack. I don't know if we're going to dinner tonight, but it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be interesting trying to sneak the video and document what I had this weekend and try to stay under control. So I will try to do all of the above. And the thought for today, the tip of the day, for the day is, I was looking back through some of these videos I hadn't recorded because I had to clear out some space. And I think documenting this, amazingly, it might not seem this way, but I think that documenting it has helped. And I know a lot of experts say to write down what you eat, and now that there's all these fitness trackers and all these calorie trackers that you can just put things in your phone, that never worked for me. Writing it down never worked for me, but for some reason documenting it like this with the videos has kind of helped me. with an awareness, and also just not as much grazing as I normally do, which is astounding to say that, but I think it has helped a little bit. Anyway, long post here, but I'm going to go and try to be faithful to this little project I have going. So happy weekend, everyone.
And here comes the play-by-play. Start with a glass of wine. And here we have our 2 different kinds of bread with butter. Tiny pieces, though. Next up, lettuce wraps with chicken, sesame chicken, all kinds of vegetables, and some kind of delicious Asian sauce. It was so good. Out of sequence, this should have been in the beginning because this is my side salad, as if I didn't have enough lettuce.